What possible connection could there be between public toilets and the British House of Lords? Colin Beavan has the answer in this month's Britain Today column. As you listen, try to answer this question. What noun describes an illness of the stomach caused by eating food that contains harmful bacteria?
Are you sitting comfortably? Someone was telling me a while ago about his latest trip to China, and just before he left the UK, he went to a local pub for lunch. He was unlucky. Lots of British pubs serve excellent food these days, but not this one. He arrived in China with food poisoning and needed the toilet in a hurry. But he was unable to work out which was the men's and which was the women's. In this stressful situation, he couldn't remember which character was which. Could visitors to Britain suffer the same embarrassment? One hopes not. For a start, many public loos have pictures on the doors to help avoid misunderstandings. And if there are words instead of pictures, it's fairly easy to work out the difference between men and women. You just need to check, if you head for a door marked men, that there's no one in the way. Someone could be standing in front of the letters W-O. What if toilet doors have signs saying ladies and gentlemen, though? That is actually the tradition. Well, I'm not sure how many women are ladies, but you'd have to be very naive to think that all men are gentlemen. Thankfully, the use of these toilets isn't limited to the tiny minority who are. If it were, toilets would need bouncers like inner-city nightclubs. They'd have the job of challenging users by saying something like, "One moment, sir. Where do you think you're going? Since when have you been a gentleman?" What's more, pubs and restaurants sometimes put unusual signs on their loos. Men, for example, may find that their toilet is the one with a picture of a cowboy or a sign that says Lords. You don't have to be a real lord to use it. It's just someone's idea of a joke. Perhaps a picture really is a better equivalent to the word ladies, especially now that we spend so much time watching Downton Abbey. This is a popular television series about a fictional family of aristocrats roughly 100 years ago. On Sunday evenings, Britain likes to worry about whether Lady X will marry Lord Y, and if not, why not? Personally, I worry that if I walk through a door marked Lords, I shall find myself not in a toilet, but in part of the Houses of Parliament. One part's called the House of Commons. That's the normal part, the one that's elected. Lords, who aren't elected, sit in the other bit, the House of Lords. In 2015, it seems odd to have an unelected part of Parliament. True, the House of Lords has been reformed, but there's clearly a need to do more. And this is a topical subject. There's an election in May which will give us a new House of Commons, and some really crazy laws could be created. If the Conservatives win, quite apart from a referendum on leaving the EU, we'll have too many cuts. If Labour wins, we won't have enough. That's why we need to keep an eye on these politicians. So, why not replace the House of Lords with a network of public toilets? That way, people could vote on ideas for new laws whenever they go to the loo. It might not make new laws any less crazy, but it would be more democratic. Hang on, you may be saying. You can't seriously make a connection between parliamentary elections and toilets. They're utterly different from each other. Of course.
Um dieses Hörbuch kostenlos weiterzuhören, klicke auf den Link in der Beschreibung und du kannst es dank des 30-tägigen Audible-Probeabos vollständig anhören.